If your mornings feel like a fight, it's because your nights are undisciplined. Most people try to fix mornings by buying a new alarm clock, swallowing another motivational quote, or slapping on a productivity app. That's not the problem. The problem is that you go to war with the day already half defeated. You crawl into bed with your phone, your guilt, and 100 open loops. Then you wonder why everything feels heavy at dawn. This is the Stoic night routine that makes every morning easy. The secret to better sleep. It's not magic, it's not complicated, it's not another gimmick. It's a sober, tested way to end the day like a Stoic, so you wake with clarity instead of fog. The point is not to hack sleep. The point is to put your mind in order, to leave what isn't yours outside the bedroom, and to do what a rational person does when night comes. Finish the day well. If you do that, mornings are no longer a cliff. They're a path you already laid out the night before. The Stoics treated nighttime as training time. You can't control how many emails come tomorrow. You can control whether you bring them into bed. You can't control whether your boss changes a deadline. You can control whether your last thought before sleep is a meltdown about it. Stoicism begins at the door of your mind. What enters, what stays, what exits. That's the angle for sleep most people miss. Sleep isn't only about darkness and temperature. It's about the judgments you allow after sundown. Your nervous system can handle a tough day. What keeps you awake is commentary, and that commentary is optional. A Stoic night routine strips commentary down to truth, closes what needs closing, and leaves the rest under the reserve clause. I'll do my best, fate permitting. You go to bed knowing what's yours, what's not, and what will be handled when the sun returns. The first move is a line in the sand. Set a time when the day ends, really ends. If you never close the shop, your mind never stops bargaining. The Stoics loved boundaries because boundaries free you. Pick a time, say 10 at night. When that time arrives, the day is over, not because you feel done, but because a wise person decides what enough looks like. This is not "I'll stop when I'm tired." That's how you end up doom scrolling into a new tomorrow. This is "I stop because I'm in charge of me." Watch what happens when you speak to yourself like that. Authority returns. To make it stick, create a small ritual. Shut down the laptop, not just close the lid, power it down. Put your phone in another room, or at least in a drawer. Turn off the brightest lights. Say out loud, "Work is done." It sounds simple and maybe silly, but your nervous system is listening. You're teaching it to transition. Seneca mocked the person who complains of being too busy to live. He wasn't against work. He was against slavery to it. End the day on purpose, and your mind learns to obey. Next, shape the scene. The body and mind are partners. Dim the environment the way twilight does. The goal isn't to stage a spa, it's to make conditions friendly to human sleep. Cooler air, less glare, no frantic audio attacking your amygdala from the TV. If you must watch something, choose calm, not cliffhangers designed to jerk your adrenaline like a puppet. Reject luxury when it makes you weak. Don't reject comfort when it serves virtue. A quieter room makes it easier to do what you know is right. Simplicity strengthens us. That means not turning night into a carnival. Let the house exhale. If you want a candle, light it and treat its small flame as a reminder. Everything burns down to essentials. If you crave noise, choose something steady. A soft fan, rain sounds, nothing that tells your brain to scan for threats. You're not retreating from life. You're respecting its rhythms. Then we do the one practice the ancients swear by, and almost no one does, the nightly audit. Seneca writes about it plainly. He sat on his bed and interrogated the day. What did I do well? Where did I fall? What did I waste? What will I fix? Not with self-hatred, with straight eyes. Because guilt keeps you awake. And guilt, when you look at it, is often just vague fog. Name what happened and the fog lifts. You don't need a leather journal, you need a pen and clarity. 2 or 3 honest paragraphs will do. If you broke your word, admit it. If you said something you regret, write the exact words. If you dragged your feet, say where. If you did something brave, acknowledge it. The point is the same as checking your accounts at the end of a business day. You count what came in and what went out. An examine day makes sleep easier. There's nothing loose rattling in your mind. There are notes for tomorrow, a decision about what will change, and the relief that comes from telling yourself the truth. After the audit comes a pre-commitment to tomorrow. Stoicism hates weak intentions because they lead to weak mornings. Marcus is blunt. Limit yourself to what is essential. Before bed, choose no more than 3 high duties for the next day. Duties, not vibes. Duties, not fantasies. Write them. Put them on your desk. Lay out what you'll wear. Stage your bag, your keys, and what needs to leave the house. Pre-measure the coffee if you drink it, or set the kettle ready if you don't. Pack the gym clothes if training is part of your day. This is not childish. This is a grown person removing friction so they can direct effort at virtue instead of hunting for socks. You're not bossing the future. You're cooperating with it. A Stoic does not stack avoidable obstacles in front of himself and then call life hard. You are smarter than that. Spend 5 minutes tonight to save 30 tomorrow. The signal is clean. You intend to wake and act, not wake and drift. Now we break the biggest chain. The habit of trying to control what is not yours. The dichotomy of control isn't a slogan. It's sedative for the mind. Epictetus teaches to keep future losses and gains under the reserve clause. I'll do what's right, fate permitting. This is not an excuse to be lazy. It's an end to madness. Before bed, write down the 2 or 3 things that you are worried about that you cannot directly act on until tomorrow. For each, write the smallest action you will take when you can act. That's it. You've converted fog into a plan. Then add, if nothing interferes. People miss how powerful this is. You pull your mind back inside your sphere where it can sleep. You stop rehearsing arguments you won't have at midnight. You stop catastrophizing outcomes you can't influence. Marcus reminds himself, either it is endurable or not. If endurable, endure it. If not, it will end you. Either way, it does not help to pace in mental circles. The reserve clause closes the loop, and your nervous system finally believes you. If there is friction with someone, clean it up before you go horizontal. Anger is temporary madness. You cannot think straight while your pride is rehearsing its speech. So do the sober thing. If you need to apologize, apologize. If you need to clarify, clarify. If the conversation will inflame both of you tonight, draft a message for the morning with clear, calm words. Save it. Look at that draft and decide if a wise person would send it. If you truly can't reach the person, do the inner work. Drop the courtroom you've built in your head. Say, I cannot know their motives. I can control my response. Then write what your response will be when the chance arises. By cutting the fuel line to resentment, you grant your body permission to rest. There is nothing soft about this. It's hard, it's humbling, and it's how adults stop letting emotions dictate their nights. Don't sabotage sleep by treating dinner like a festival. Eat earlier, eat simpler, and don't chase stimulation with late sugar bombs. If you crave something, have it in small amounts, then stop. Take a short walk outside after you eat if you can. Let your blood move, feel the air. Let the lights of the world remind you that you are a part of nature, not just a mind in a glowing rectangle. Some stretching, slow breathing. These are not spiritual tricks. They're maintenance. A warm shower can help. Cold has its place in training, but if it revs you up at night, save it for the morning. Ask, is this necessary? If the answer is no, don't do it at 10:30. You are preparing the stage for sleep, not trying to prove toughness on it. Now come the bedroom rules. Keep them simple and ruthless. The bed is for sleeping. Not arguments, not scrolling, not work, not just one more check. If your phone is within reach, your willpower is in a chokehold. Put it away from the bed, ideally outside the room. If you use it as an alarm, buy a $10 alarm and stop making excuses. The Stoics admired people who freed themselves from unnecessary attachments. Your phone in bed is the definition of unnecessary. If you wake in the night and your mind starts to chatter, don't stay there and marinate. Get out of bed. Sit somewhere dim. Read a page of Marcus, or a page of something steady that doesn't pull you into plots, or simply breathe and feel your feet on the floor. When your body gets sleepy, return to bed. You're training a simple association. Bed equals sleep, not crisis management. Now, let's walk through the real traps. First, the late email. You're brushing your teeth and your phone buzzes. It's your boss. Urgent. You feel that jolt. Here's what a Stoic does. You breathe once. You read it if you must. You ask, can I meaningfully act on this tonight without harming tomorrow? If the answer is no, you write one line. Seen. We'll handle at 8 a.m., fate permitting. You schedule, send it for morning if that's your style, or you leave it unsent and simply prepare your first step on a sticky note. Then you put the phone away and you honor your closing time. You think you're earning points by sacrificing sleep for pretend action. You're not. You're burning tomorrow's clarity to look responsive in the dark. That's not responsibility, that's fear. Seneca calls that kind of busyness a form of laziness, doing what's easiest instead of what's needed. Second trap, the doom scroll. You tell yourself it's just 5 minutes. 40 minutes later, your mind is a junkyard. The algorithm will pour gasoline on your brain as long as you hold the match. A Stoic doesn't argue with glue traps. He avoids them. Practical move. After your shutdown ritual, put the phone in another room. Don't try to out-discipline dopamine with the source in your hand. If you feel the itch, replace the behavior, not just resist it. Keep a small paper book by the bed. Keep a real pen. Keep the room cold and the blanket heavy if you like. When the itch comes, scratch with something neutral that doesn't spin you into narratives. You are not weak. You are normal. In a super-stimulating environment. The Stoic answer to superstimulus is not guilt, it's architecture. Build a night environment where the default is calm and you win by doing nothing. Third trap. The fight at night, you're tired, your partner says something sharp, you feel the knife in your chest and you want to score a point. Seneca says the first blow of anger is the worst, it seizes the mind. So do not make vows in that state. Do not hurl final words. Say, I'm wound up and tired. I want to get this right. Can we pause and talk tomorrow? If you need to write 2 lines to clear what's necessary, I love you, I'm not avoiding this, I just won't do it badly. Do that. Then stop. The person who insists on winning a midnight argument loses sleep and perspective. You are not being soft by waiting. You are showing respect for the person and for truth. In the journal, write the 3 points you want to bring up when you're calm. When forgiveness is needed from you, pre-forgive. It's not a feeling, it's a choice to not carry knives into bed. Let your chest unclench. Sleep. Tomorrow you'll be the adult in the room. Fourth trap. The big day tomorrow. Presentation, exam, first date, high-stakes interview. Your brain plays highlight reels of disaster. You think rehearsal will save you, but rehearsal in bed is just panic with a costume. The Stoic move is this. Calmly imagine the worst reasonable outcome, name your response, and accept it under the reserve clause. If I go blank on a slide, I will breathe, sip water, and move to the next point. If the date doesn't go well, I will learn and carry myself with dignity. If the interviewer is harsh, I will answer what I can and let their judgment be theirs. Then imagine the ordinary outcome. You do fine. Not amazing, not terrible. Fine. Because most of life is fine. Then close the book on outcomes. You've done your part. You've prepared what can be prepared tonight. The rest is not up to you. Courage is not the absence of adrenaline. It's choosing the next right action while it's there. The next right action at midnight is sleep. Fifth trap, the hotel room or the new schedule. Travel breaks routines. Shift work flips them. Stoicism gives you a compass when maps change. The compass is the same: boundaries, audit, pre-commitment, detachment, body care, bed rules. In a hotel, you still pick a closing time, still dim lights, still journal, still lay out what's needed for the morning: badge, itinerary, clothes. If the room is loud, use earplugs, not heroic, just practical. If the time zone is weird, anchor to your next obligations. On shift work, treat your night as nighttime even if the clock says noon. Block light, cool the room, keep your phone far. Do the audit. The world doesn't have to match your schedule. Your principles do. You don't need Stoicism to tell you that sleep matters. You need it to tell you why your sleep is weak and how to fix it at the level that works. Character. There is a special kind of tiredness that comes from living well. It's soft. It carries you into sleep like a warm hand. That's the real secret to better sleep. Live in a way that doesn't give your conscience 1,000 small cuts. If you find yourself resisting, that's your ego talking. It wants drama. It wants to be special. It loves the story that your life is uniquely complicated. It isn't. It's uniquely yours, and you are accountable for shaping it. Night is where you prove it. Not to the internet, not to your boss, not even to your partner, to yourself. If you're hearing this and you feel a little angry because it's simple, good. Simplicity unmasks excuses. You already know that 1 more hour scrolling won't bless you. You already know that sending that midnight message rarely helps. You already know that your best ideas don't arrive at 2 a.m. They arrive after a quiet night and an early start. So here's the picture. You end the day when you say so. You dim the room, lower your voice, and do the short audit like a craftsman checking his tools. You write tomorrow's duties and pre-stage your gear. You pull the thorns from your chest by clearing up anger or writing the draft for the morning. You choose simple food and simple breath. And you refuse to turn the bed into a battlefield. You practice control where you have it, and you surrender the rest with an open hand. When the 3 a.m. ghosts show up, they find a door closed and a note: "We will talk when the sun is up." You wake not as a hero, but as a steady person who leaves fewer fires behind. That's what makes morning easy. Not hype, not hacks, just a person living by principles and giving the body a chance to do what it's designed to do, restore itself. If this hits you, act tonight, not next week when life is calmer. Life won't be calmer. Life will always throw one more thing. The good life isn't a life without things. It's the life where you decide how to meet them. And yes, like the video, if it helped you, share to help others. And subscribe to help the help keep coming.